I never imagined what it means to be a part of a family, to share your life with someone else, and to be loved and supported by them. No, it's not about celebrating holidays or organizing birthday parties together. No, it's not about having a cozy living space and daily rituals, like dinner, tea, and dessert. No, it's not about making choices that define who we are day after day. Instead, I couldn't help but wonder how it would feel to have them. Recognize and acknowledge that I'm part of their world, and I must admit that I wasn't like that before. For years, I rented homes after homes without really knowing what to expect from the next location. It was a constant journey filled with new challenges and experiences. Each time we entered a new residence, it was like discovering a new world, a place full of distinctive elements that molded and shaped who we are today. But never once did those homes feel like mine. Not in the way that I felt when I drew pictures of my family in school, with my mom, dad, a pet, or a house full of vibrant colors. In those years, I used to draw invisible chairs and pretend that everything was fine, that I wasn't feeling anything. As time went by, I learned to be quiet, paying more attention to what people were saying than ever before. But deep down inside, I knew that one day I would create something of my own, something that would have my own identity, my own place, and my own name on the door. It wasn't too complicated, maybe even a bit silly, but that's what I truly wanted. To step out of the comfort zone and live life on my own terms. To create something that represents who I am, rather than what someone else believes I should be. And I realize now that when I started that journey, I wasn't searching for complicated solutions or a full-fledged plan. It was just me, on my own, trying to find my purpose. For that I am thankful. Love wasn't even a part of my radar. Even before this extraordinary moment arrived in my life, I found it genuinely challenging even to believe that I could possibly envision what love looks like in its purest form. Yet there she was, that gentle, peaceful, and remarkably calming presence who arrived slowly and mellowly, like a warm, comforting breeze. We accidentally crossed paths at a serendipitous and seemingly random bookstore. Our hands brushed against each other without any intention to do so, much less unintentionally, and it gave me a quick and unexpected sensation of warmth and comfort. She first smiled at me, and I found myself completely taken aback, completely caught off guard, unable to comprehend what just happened at first. But she didn't flinch or react defensively. She just stood calmly beside me like a silent witness, patiently waiting for me to regain my composure. Throughout those awkward moments that followed, trying to come to terms with it all and figure out what just happened, I had to face my deepest fears, insecurities, and thoughts. While I was searching for answers, I couldn't help but feel a sense of vulnerability when she openly talked about her beautiful eyes. This simple interaction turned into a conversation filled with genuine opinions that I never thought I'd ever share with anyone else before. As each day blended together, I started to think that maybe, just maybe, I could find something that was merely ordinary. Something simple, regular, and most importantly, something that was truly mine. But the magic didn't end there. The unexpected feelings of trust and comfort she gave me created a newfound connection that I truly believed was genuine and meaningful. While the world continued to spin around me, I found that the calmness she projected was genuinely peaceful, not at all heavy or overwhelming, and it somehow made me feel secure and at ease in her unwavering presence. When she finally called me out and acknowledged my rather pretty eyes, it was like a gentle reminder of who I truly am, different from the person I used to be. And then Suddenly I found that I've been on a quest to find something truly ordinary. I've been on a journey to discover a love that doesn't have any extraordinary or rare qualities. Instead, it's something simple, regular, and most importantly, something that was entirely mine. I still remember the day I proposed. Nothing grand. No big stage or viral video. Just us. On the floor of our tiny apartment, surrounded by old books and coffee mugs. I didn't even ask with a ring. I asked with a whisper. "Would you be my forever?" She cried. I cried. It was perfect, in the most imperfect way. A few nights later, we were planning names for our future. Our kids, our family. That's when I asked her, "Would you take my last name when we marry?" She hesitated. I mean, I hadn't really thought about that. It would mean a lot to me. It's just a name. What difference does it make? Just a name. But for me, it wasn't. It was the only thing I'd ever have to pass down. The one piece of identity I could share with my children. My name was my family. It was all I had. But I didn't argue. I didn't raise my voice. I just smiled, nodded, and went quiet. Something inside me sank. Not because she said no, but because I realized she didn't understand why I asked. She loved me, but she didn't understand the boy who grew up with no name on the mailbox. So there we didn't discuss it again, you know? No, the last name was not it. Nope. It was just a moment's pause. Yeah, the sustained silence that followed. Something had shifted, although I couldn't quite put my finger on it. It was oppressive and heavy, like a shadow casting on everything around me. Despite this, we continue to be together, right? But the sense of warmth and comfort feels slightly hollow. The laughter, once vibrant, has faded. The silences are longer and more frequent now. It was no longer about that last name, you know? No, it was about processing the experience and understanding what had changed. Being recognized and really taking into account the person who knows your deepest secrets and still chooses to stand in the same spot in front of you. One night, I found myself sitting across from her on the couch. She was engrossed in her phone, just going through its endless screen. I'm also staring at the wall, almost paralyzed with it. There hasn't really been since last night, maybe. And there I said to her, I think we lost something significant. And she just turned around and looked at me, you know? Like she was saying, maybe we never had it in common. And in that special moment, I could sense the family I thought I was trying to build wasn't rooted as much in shared biological ties as it was in the shared experience of life. I didn't cry or express any negative emotions. I didn't require anything from her or anyone else. I just stood up and walked towards the table. I took off the engagement ring I had given her just a little while before and placed it in front of her, and she didn't utter a single word. And I didn't do anything either, so that was the end of it. It wasn't triggered by anger or any other negative emotion, but rather, it stemmed from an acceptance of the situation and the decision to let go of resentment. Some people have this profound impact on your life, you know? They're incredibly beautiful, warm, and you never seem to be able to stay mad at them. But I guess this is precisely what life is all about, right? Hey, it feels like forever since that crazy night at the apartment. We've turned into a bit of a chill place now, but something feels right. I can really hear myself now. Grief kind of creates this empty space. At first, it feels like it takes all the room, but then slowly it opens up. I still keep on crossing paths with families at the park. I still see folks hugging each other. For a second, I wonder if I could have gone in another way. But I do not feel the pain anymore. Because I've come to know some things. You don't need to look for anyone else's name to feel complete. You don't need a special link to know you're good enough. You don't need a family to be fine. You just gotta hold on to this part of you that won't stop believing. Believing in love, that kind that doesn't go away. That kind that sees you. That kind that calls you home. Even when you're alone. One day, my name will be on a door. Not because someone gave it to me, but because I worked on it. A name that carries love. A name that shows loyalty. A name that says, I am all there.
Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe for more soul-stirring moments. SoulStir Stories.